morning, friends, and welcome to my channel. And we are going to learn in this particular chapter. We are going to create the framework with the Playwright. Okay, using the page object model. Okay, so if you have not seen, like we have already covered lots of Playwright in the previous chapters. Okay, so if you are completely new to the Playwright something, so I would suggest not pause it this particular chapter and go back and check all my videos on the Playwright. Okay, so once you are comfortable with the Playwright, you know the basics, you know the installation steps, everything you know, then you can continue with this particular page object model. Okay, because we are now going to talk about only how to create the framework, reporting, parallel running, tagging, how we can run the test cases using the tags, and lots of new things. Okay, so this is the whole topic which I am planning to cover. Okay, so we have already covered the first part, Playwright part one, which is web UI automations. We have covered each and everything which can be covered in the Playwright, which is already completed and it is there on the YouTube. Now we are covering the second part, which is the framework using the page object model. Okay, then we will go with the API automation using the Playwright, JavaScripts, TypeScripts, and the at the end like Cucumber. Okay, so we can create the framework using the page object model and the Cucumber. So there are two different things. Okay, so it's up to you which one you would like to go in your project. Okay, both are equally good. Okay, so it's totally depend upon team to team. Okay, so this is what we are going to cover. Let me show you if you have not seen. So this is my channel, like at the rate prodbug108. You can go and search on the YouTube here, and here is the Playwright series. So, and apart from that, there are lots of other series. If you are interested, you can just go and check JUnit 5, generative AI. Lots of good videos are there. Wiremock, if you are interested in wiremocking, like how to mock the API response, all these things. Karate, Appium. So there are lots of stuff here. Okay, so and you can also listen the songs, my favorite songs list if you are interested. Okay, and we are going to automate this particular site. This is really awesome website, practice.expandtesting.com. Okay, so you can actually test using any of your tool like Selenium, Playwright, Cypress, anything, whatever the tool you want to do some practice, you can come and use this particular website. So everything is given in this website, whatever you want to practice. Okay, so this is the ultimate website. Okay, so this is what we are going to automate, like we have automated previously in the Playwright. Okay, so these are the series which I have shown you. These are the 18 chapters. I would suggest you go and check this particular series. We have covered each and everything. So all the basics, starting from the installation, introduction, everything has been given in this particular series. Okay, all small things related to the Playwright, all the configuration, their config files, everything is given here. Okay, and we have at the end we have also covered the LR reporting. Even though I like the by default report of the Playwright, it's beautiful, it's too good, like everything. But in case you want to add the LR reporting just for some more graphics and something, you can integrate, but I would not suggest you to go with the LR reporting. You should use the by default report given by the Playwright. This is much better than the LR report, I would say. You can compare, you can check my this video, you can see whatever the reporting is there in the LR. Okay, but all the logging, screenshot, everything is much better in the default Playwright report. Okay, so try to stick with the Playwright default report. Don't go with any other extent or LR report. Okay, this is my recommendation. Otherwise it's up to you. Okay, no problem in having the two reports. Okay. uh, okay, so let's go and try to see what we are going to cover in this particular. So this particular folder we are going to cover. So here is the list of what we have covered previously. Series, all the basics and etc. Now we are going to cover only the page object model. Okay, I'm preparing the API as well. So once it will be completed, I will show you guys that one as well. But let's focus only on the page object model. So you must know that page object model is one of the widely used framework. Like in the Selenium also we are using the same framework, page object model. We are going to, so it's a concept. Okay, it's a design pattern kind of thing. Okay, page object model. This is nothing like page object model can only be used with the the Selenium. No, it is not like that. Okay, page object model is just a kind of you can say Java design patterns or something like that. Basically, it streamline your coding practices and it's help to develop the code for the longer term. Okay, so this is like page object model. Page by page, we are going to automate and it gives really good advantages. Okay, so that is what we are going to cover. Okay, let me show you the framework overview. So in any framework, okay, in any framework there are few layers. Okay, so you should keep your layers separate so that your framework can go longer. Okay, because after few months, after adding some 50, 60, 100 test cases, your framework become unusable, right? Because it's become so hodgepodge, lots of team members joined, left the team, so it's become completely mess. And it's become so difficult to add a new test case for the new members. Okay, so that's why your uh, framework should be very simple, clean. Okay, don't try to do over engineering with that, because maybe few people can do that, but most of the new people joining your team, and it become mess. Okay, so there is a principle of testing which is like KISS, KISS, KISS. Okay, don't take me wrong, but the KISS full form is keep it simple and stupid. Okay, so this is one of the principle used. So whatever you're doing in testing or automation, keep it simple and stupid. So meaning is make a stupid framework, make a very simple framework, but it should work. That is the like fundamental funda of that particular principle. Okay, so let's try to see. So here is the presentation layer. Okay, so few things like your UI assertions, validation, all this thing we'll see in this particular. Then your business layer should be separate. Like every page is having a separate page class. Okay, so all the pages, let's say login page, register page, search page, thank you page, anything. So you can divide according to your needs, your website. You divide your websites, and then you segregate them and try to make sure that you don't change. Okay, later in the project. Okay, so don't try to change the pages. So try to modularize your framework according to that. Okay, so this is the business layer. All the business etc methods will come into the pages. Okay, test layer. All the test cases should be separate, totally separate. Don't mix your business logic with the test cases. Okay, test cases will be totally different. Then your reporting layer should be totally different. Okay, so we'll see. We are going to cover each and everything. Okay, few features let's discuss. Page object model implementation, which I have already shown you. Multiple browser support. We are going to use the Mozilla Chrome by default browser of the Playwright. Okay, running we are going to see. Viewport settings. This part I have already covered in the previous series, the Playwright series. Okay, with small screen, let's say mobile screen, iPhone 7, iPhone 10, iPhone 15, or Android anything. You can reduce your browser according to the mobile size very easily. And so we are not going to cover this part in this particular series, but it is already there in the previous one. You can go and check. Okay, so you can do the mobile testing, mobile web testing using Playwright very easily. Just one line of change. Okay, configuration. Testing on different mobile devices, this is the same thing. Okay, uh, copy prompt features. This is yes, AI ALM. I think this is also covered in the previous one. Okay, LA reporting again, we already covered. Run in the headless and head, we will see, no problem. And reading the data from the JSON. This is a very, very beautiful and one of the I really like the feature which I have implemented in this particular case is that we are going to read the test data from a JSON file. Okay, so I have seen in the previous project people are reading the test data from Excel's, CSV, multiple things. Okay, so I would suggest never use Excel. Never in your life use Excels. Excels give you a headache, big headache. Okay, never use Excel. If somebody is using, please try to put some hours, change it to the CSV. CSV is much better than the Excel. Okay, the view wise both look exactly same. If you open the CSV in kind of Excel mode, it will look like exactly same as the Excel. Okay, so but if you handle the CSV, it is much more easier than the Excel. Okay, so my priority will be to use CSV in case you want to use. But let's see another approach better than the CSV is like JSON. JSON is getting used in each and everything, you know that, right? So why not adding your test data in the JSON? Okay, I will show you, don't worry, that as well. Okay, What else? So this is the same thing like we have already discussed. Passing parameter from the command line, base URL, and all these things. We will see one by one. Okay, you can just go and read. I think it's the same thing. We have already discussed our presentation layer, business layer, test data layer, test layer, and the data layer and reporting layers. Okay, so the framework will be complying based on the layers, different layers. Okay, so you can go and read everything. I will try to just cover the main coding part. Okay, so let's say this is your project. Okay, right now I am adding everything in the same repo, but for you, like you don't have to create these kind of folders. So simply start with, suppose this is the root of your project. Okay, so you need to create 3 4 folders more. Okay, under the test you need to directly create pages. Okay, so this folder, page package, you can say in terms of Java, this will contains all your pages. So right now in my framework, I have used the login page, home page, and the register page. Okay, these 3 pages I'm going to automate. So we can do the flow between login to register, register to login, home page. So basically we can see some flow going on. Test cases, we have written few test cases based on the different pages, and then the test data. Okay, so these 3 things we are going to discuss. Let's start with the pages, okay, because those are the most important. Let's see home page. So I will show you the website. So see, this is your home page. Okay, this is the home page. So anything, whatever the function or whatever the action you are doing will be, you are doing on the home page will come into the home page. Let's say you are searching something. You are searching for shoes. Okay, let's say Amazon.com or Flipkart.com, something, any, you are searching something. So this action or this ID or XPath of this particular element will be the part of the home page. Okay, so make sure home page will contain all the action. If you are clicking on the login page, register page, everything will be the part of the home page. Okay, so make sure everything. Now let's go to the login page. This is the login page. From the home page we are clicking on the login page, right? So this is the login page. You can see the URL has been changed. This is the login page. Just copy and paste. So now the locator for username, password, submit button, everything will be the part of the login page. This is the page object model, right? Copy the password, paste here, and click here. Okay, password is invalid. Let me try again. Lots of ad. This is how these websites are working. No problem. Very wonderful website. Okay, let me, yeah, so I copied something else. Okay, so we are able to log in whatever the user and password given in the website. Okay, so you can see that secure area page automation testing. Hi, welcome to the secure area something, and you logged into a secure area. Okay, so you can do a validation on this particular text because this will only comes once you are able to successfully log in. Okay, and now you can click on the logout. Okay, if you go back to the home page and you go again to the login page, you are logged in. Please log out before logging in with a different user. So basically this website know that I have already did a login. Okay, so now the login page is not coming. You can see once you are already logged in, if you click on the login page, it will directly come here. Okay, so let me do logout. Now I have been logged out. So this is the login page which we are going to automate. Now let's go to the home page back, and now let's click on the register page, test register page. So now you can see the URL is slash register. Okay, and this is the username, password, and confirm password, and then register. So this is actually working. You can create a new user here in this website, and that's after that you can also log in. Okay, so absolutely everything is working in this website. Okay, so wonderful. So we are going to automate register page, we are going to automate the home page, and we are going to automate login page. They are the 3 pages which we are targeting. Okay. So for the demo, I think it's more than enough to play between the pages. Okay. Now let's start creating a page. Okay. I increase the font. I hope everything is very visible to you guys. Okay. So few important thing which you should keep in mind, like async is mandatory in with the method declaration. Okay, so don't forget to add the async if you are creating some methods. Point number one. When you're exporting this particular page, no curly braces. Basically, don't add anything curly or normal this kind of brackets at the end of the, okay, because I did, and I spent few hours trying to understand why this is not working. Okay, so don't do the mistake which I have done. So because it wastes a lot of time. Okay, so that's why I have make a note so that you don't have to waste a lot of time. Okay, so in one go, your framework should run in one go. Okay, so this is what my objective is, to write everything here. Okay, so let's try to create these are the JavaScript file. Okay, so don't worry if you don't know the JavaScript. Okay, even if you are from the Java background, it's totally absolutely okay, but you will not feel that you are writing in JavaScript. Okay, the code is almost same as the Java. You will not feel much difference. Okay, nothing. You can see even my Playwright series is also in the JavaScript, but I hope you would not feel like you are using JavaScript or something. It is almost same as the Java. Okay, if still I will give you a suggestion, like if you are not comfortable with the JavaScript, still you can use the TypeScript. Okay, I'm going to cover in the future classes, I'm going to cover the TypeScript as well. TypeScript is like you can say 98% same as the Java, very very close. Okay, so it merges the difference between the JavaScript and the Java. TypeScript is the awesome thing. Okay, you can check that as well. Let's create a home page class home page constructor. We are going to create the constructor. We will pass a page, okay, which is like handling everything. This dot page is equal to page. Okay, so it will initialize the current home page. And now these are all the locators related to home page. So for example, h1 text home page. Okay, I have created this dot h1 text home page, h1 hash main id. So this is the id and this is the div name. Okay, so this is the style, like you can create a locator in Playwright. Okay, if you are not comfortable with what I am writing here, please go and check the previous series Playwright, because we have already discussed everything. Okay, so we will not waste time in understanding each and everything. So I would suggest go and check the basics of the Playwright and then come back to here. Okay, so let's continue. I will show you. This is the h1 text. Okay, so I'm talking about this particular one. So just for one locator we will see. So this is the h1 hash main hyphen title. So this is the h1 hash main hyphen title. So this is, I'm talking about this particular h1 tag. Okay, so similarly, login page link, register page link, search input, search button, everything has been located properly. So search, this is the text, this is the button, this is the link for login, and this is the locator for the register. Okay, so these 4 5 elements I have mentioned inside the constructor. This is clear. Okay, now there are three methods I have created. Open base URL. Okay, so this is the hard coded way. Like I'm hard coding here. Like okay, we have to open practice dot whatever expand testing.com. Okay, but in real framework, in your case, you don't have to write this method because we don't want to hard code the URLs. Okay, there are multiple ways which you can. I'm going to show you. Like via the config, you can pass your base URL from the configuration files. Okay, so you can make separate configuration for let's say production, for staging, for QA, for dev, anything. So you can create multiple configuration at the runtime, pass the configuration file name, and accordingly base URL will be decided. We will see that particular thing in this. After that, there is another option. If you don't want to use the configuration, we have one more very nice option, like passing the base URL from the command line. In this, what we have done, base URL, what we have decided, process.environment base URL. So from the command line, whatever the URL you will pass, that will be picked here. That will be considered as the base URL. In case you are not giving, so by default, this particular URL will be used as a base URL. Okay, so this is another a good approach. Okay, if you don't want to make the configuration, you can pass the base URL or something on the runtime. This is also a good thing. I'm going to show you everything. Whatever you like it, you opt for that. Okay, so that's why there are three base URL, open base URL, but you have to use any one of them. Okay, it's up to you what you want to use. So you have seen the code. Okay, this is clear. This dot page dot go to. Okay, and whatever the URL you are passing, it will be opened. Okay, so this is the method one. Method number two is go to login page. Simply this dot login page link. What is login page link? This is the locator. So this dot login page link dot click. Simple, right? No need to explain. Similarly, register page, get h1 text. What I want to do, I want to get the H1 text. So first we have to make sure that H1 text is visible. If it is visible, try to get the text content. Okay, so and I'm returning this. Okay, so no need to pass the string here, just like in Java. Okay, JavaScript don't work like that. So just you return something, and later on we will see, we can verify whether we are really on the home page or not. So for all those things you can do write some method like this. Okay, search for keyword, you will pass the keyword, it will go to the don't forget the this. Okay, for with in front of every web element this will come. Okay, so this dot everything. Okay, don't forget this dot fill. You have to, this is send keys in Selenium, here is the fill in Playwright. Okay, fill keyword here, and then it will click on the search button. Okay, this is clear. So you can search anything whatever on the home page. Verify home page, this method is very important. In every page you should have this method: verify home page, verify login page, verify this page, verify that page. Okay, because you need to make sure that before start working with that particular page, you should verify that you are really on that page. Okay, otherwise, unnecessary bug and all this thing, flakiness and all this thing will come. So it's always good. Okay, once you have all the methods inside a class, it is very important to export it. Module.export homepage new, no bracket, no curly, nothing. Okay, just export the page. Okay, later on we have to import it as well. Okay, so this is clear. This homepage is clear, right? Because all other page are the copy of this page. Okay, so similarly, login page, we'll create the constructor, we will create all the username, password, submit button, success message, new registration message. Okay, so why, let me explain you. Once you do the registration, okay, this website redirect user to the login page. Okay, that's why the message is appearing on the login page. Okay, that's why this element is present in the login page. So you have to see, you have to make sure that, let's say you're on some pages. Okay, let's say you're on the search page, you click something and it redirect you to the, let's say, the home page. So that kind of thing you have to make sure that the verification, that message, because that is coming on the home page, so that should be the part of the home page. Okay, action will be the part of your search page, but the result will be the part of your home page. I hope I'm able to explain, otherwise we'll see when we'll run the test cases. Okay, so this is a constructor. Login with username and password, you can pass the user password and it will fill, click on the submit, and that's it. And here verification, see, I have included inside this part, but you can separate it out in a separate verification as well. Okay, no problem. So what we are doing, success message dot is visible, and then text content and just return it. Okay, so once you do the login, I'm returning the successful message, because if that success message isn't like is coming, you have successfully logged in, then means you are able to log in. Otherwise, if that message is not coming, some other message is coming, you can assume that okay, something is going wrong with the login. Verify login page, I told you this verification method should be present in each of the pages. Okay, just to make sure that you are on the user comes to the login page after successful registration. This I have already explained, that's why this particular web element is present in the login page. Okay, again, module.export login page. Okay, I hope everything is clear. Similarly, register page, so these are the constructor. Register new user, you pass the username password, you have to fill the password 2 times, because confirm password and the password, there are 2 fields regarding the password. So fill 2 times, then click on the submit, click. Okay, so registration will happen, new user will be created. Okay, user will be redirected to the home page. This is what is happening. This is clear. Everything is clear, guys. So these are the 3 pages which we have created. I hope till this point you are with me and you are able to understand. Okay, so now there is a like in Selenium page object model, we have a base page, right, which handle all the pages. So similarly, what we have done in this Playwright, we have created a page object manager. PO manager is nothing but a page object manager. So this is the base class for all the sub pages. So one page object manager will be there, and you will have 10 or number of pages. So you need to import first of all the pages, and these are the import style in Playwright, like constant, create a constant homepage new, required dot slash homepage new. Okay, this is very important, like, and I will tell you how to write this thing. Okay, because your path and everything can be different. Let me write in front of you. You just need to create something like this. Okay, and once you have this, just click dot, slash dot slash. Okay, now see, here these values are coming. Okay, so in case you have multiple path, let's say some folder hierarchy or org source, something like that, this will come here in the VS Code. Okay, so just keep on clicking, and ultimately you will find a home page new, and just click on that. Okay, so this is the style how you can identify how to reach to your home page. Okay, so make sure these paths are correct, because I faced lots of issues while finding the correct path how to reach. Okay, so make sure this part is absolutely correct, otherwise it will not work in your case. Okay, because it will not able to find the correct home page. Okay, next, page object manager will create another constructor. We will give the reference of each and every pages. So basically new home page, this dot page and this dot home page. So now using the import, this will give a reference to here. It will create a new home page. It will pass the page whatever we will give in the home page, this page object manager. So first of all the page object will come in the page object manager. Then this page will initialize the private member of this class, and then the same page will go and initialize home page, will initialize login page, and which will initialize register page. So basically all your pages will be initialized under page object manager. Okay, this is clear. Now there will be getters for each and every page, like get home page, get login page, get register page. Okay, and you have to return this dot home page new, whatever the object you have created, you have to return it. Okay, so we will see how we can use. So in any test cases, if you say get home page, get login page, so that page will be initialized and will be available to you, and after that, after fetching that, you can utilize all the methods present in login, home and register. Okay, so this is how it is working. Don't forget to export page object manager as well. Okay, so now it is clear. I hope this is very clear. If not, please start again from the start. And these are the pages which we have created: three child pages and one is the base page, which is called as page object manager. Clear? Okay, now let me show you test data how I have created. Okay, see, let's try to open, copy this, go to here, open JSON viewer website and paste here and view. Okay, now here you can see all the test cases. So let's say you have 100 test cases. Okay, so you can try to name them like TC001, test case 001, 2, 3, 4, or you can have your own naming convention, totally depend upon you. Okay, I have just for the demo I have used this thing, but it's up to you what name you want to utilize. Okay, it will be good if it will be short and crisp. Now test case 1 can be of any type test case. So let's say you have 100 test cases. Assume that it's a list of 100 test cases. Now see, and we also know that every test case need a different kind of data, right? Maybe in some test cases you need only one field, okay, one keyword. Maybe in login page you need two things like user and password. Maybe in case of register page you may need three things or two things, whatever. Let's say there is a long registration page, you may need first name, last name, age, gender, nationality, date of birth. You may require a hell lot of things, right? In case of register a new user, so in that case you need a long list of items, right? So basically the point is every test case will have their own things. Okay, so let's try to understand. TC1, this is for the login. Okay, by the data I can assume, I can think, right? Username is this, password is this. This is clear. This is TC1. Let's open the TC2. This is again another user for another user. Okay, so there, this is the user one, this is the user two, which I want to use in any other test cases. Then this is like you can see ID is so this is TC003. There may be some test cases where you may require this kind of data. Let's say key value, address can have another JSON. Then you may have another inside JSON, hierarchy kind of data. So those can also be handled in this very easily using the JSON. You can see the structure TC03. It's very complex, and you can further increase complexity based on your needs. TC4, I want to search only the list of keywords. Let's say you have a requirement like here is the list of the 20 keywords, and you need to just search. You need to practice. You need to test all the searches whether the search is working fine or not. So you will pass three keywords or maybe 10 keywords, right? So Selenium, Playwright, Cypress. So just what you need to do, what the you simply write here Selenium search, and you do the verification whether the results are really coming from the Selenium or not. Okay, let's say for example of Amazon.com. If you are writing a red shirt, okay, and you click on the search, the result should contain the red shirts. Okay, it should not include the black shirts or the white shirts. Okay, so this kind of testing is very much possible, right? So in that case, what you need, you don't need any key value pairs, you need the list of the keywords. Okay, so on those kind of scenarios you need these kind of test cases: TC004, Selenium, Playwright, Cypress. Okay, now here TC05, what I'm doing, rather than passing one login for one test case, another login for test case. What if you have 10 logins, 10 different kind of logins, and you want to test, let's say, some login success, failure, etc., etc. Okay, so rather than going for this approach, like for everything, what you can do, you can create a this way. Okay, within the one test cases, you can pass multiple JSONs having key value pairs. So TC05 will handle those kind of things. Now go and let's see the JSON. This is clear. This is the one JSON inside another JSON with TC005. This is TC004 same. This is TC003 with complex JSON which I am passing. This is the TC04 which is a list. You can see array. Okay, it's an array. I'm passing here array. Okay, so this is for the list kind of thing. TC05 another array of JSONs. So you can see this is starting with a square bracket, ending with a square bracket. This is one object, this is another object. So basically you are passing JSON objects inside the array. So the point is, what point I want to say is that within the JSON you can include any kind of variety, whatever you can think of, that can be easily passed in the JSON. This is what I believe. Okay, rather than going with the Excel or maybe CSV, I like CSV. Okay, but this is one of the best solution which I can think. If you have any better option handling the test data, please comment. Okay, I would love to hear, and I would love to try that as well. Okay, so this I can think of JSON, CSV. These are my two best options to pass test data. So this in the future, this will going to be a huge big JSON. Whenever you're writing in new test cases, just add a new node, add your test data, just think how you want to modify, how want whether array or normal, etc., etc., and accordingly you can create a JSON. Okay, you can verify whether your JSON is valid or not in one click, and that's it, right? Simple. So this is our test data layer. Okay, so it will keep on increasing over the time. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to. If you don't want to make too complex, you can make several test data. Let's say for login, one JSON, for some other test cases, some another JSON. So it's up to you. Means, okay, I'm telling you the concept. How you are going to use that concept, it's up to you. Okay, so this one, what else? So we have seen the page object model, we have seen the test data layer. Okay, and now we are going to see your test cases, how you are going to run them. We'll see how to pass the URL from the CMD. We will see how to pass a URL from the config under this. Normal keyword searches will be the part of this particular homepage, and then tags, how to run the different test cases based on the tags. Very important. Okay, very important, because over the period when the project becomes so complex, you have to make them tag. Okay, so try to that practice from the start. Sanity, regression, end to end, you create any number of tags. We will see that one. Simple login pages we will see here in this is again tags, and the registration page test cases. This is what we are going to see, and we will automate everything. We will see the reports, and all the things will be covered. Fine. I hope till this point everything is clear. Let me know. If not, please go and again watch from the start. Let me know in the comment section if something is not clear to you. Okay. Okay, so let's go and check the test cases. Okay, so this is clear, page is clear, the test data is also clear, right, for multiple. Now let's go one by one. Okay, let's start with the most simple one. Okay, let's start with the login page. Okay, let me close others. No, don't save. Okay, cool. So let me open this. Okay, so how to write the test cases now in Playwright is, look, first of all, we will import test and expect, because this is for assertions and this is for running the test cases. Okay, this test just like a test ng. So this is the test for used for the test cases, right? This we have already discussed in the past. Okay, so now the important thing is, like, we have imported the page object manager. So we need to include only one, because once you are importing the base class, automatically rest all the child of that base will be initialized and can be used, right? So we don't need to import anything else but the PO manager. Okay. Then you need to be very careful while giving the path of the test data JSON. Okay, so you need to find where your test data.json is present. So okay, so these are the, so with double quotes, like it will go in a upper higher folder, then go to the test data, and then we'll be able to find the test data.json. Okay, what I told you, just you need to keep on pressing enter and you can find the folder structure. Okay, this way you can easily find the hierarchy. Okay, let me show you if I can. Let me remove everything. Okay, dot dot slash c. You can see my folder structure is visible. Simply you have to click now slash enter. These three options are coming. Now I have to select test data, then again slash, now again test data .json is appearing, right? So you need to click. So similarly you need to simply just keep on pressing enter, and your complete path will be visible to you, and accordingly you can write the paths. Okay, so this is the strategy you can use, otherwise just try to follow the same folder structure. Okay, now let's write the first test case. So this is TC001, some name, successful login test with PO manager. Okay, and important thing is, like, see, as we have already seen, like test, and this is the brackets which is starting here and ending here. Okay, so this is the test. Inside the test, this is the first parameter and this will be the second parameter. Okay, this complete will be the second parameter. So this is how we are writing the test cases in JavaScript. Okay, this is the page. By default it will be loaded via the Playwright. Okay, this is by default things, so you don't need to do anything here, just it will be automatically initialized. Okay, so if you go to the cursor here, you can see this is the page. Okay, isolated page instance created for each test. Page are isolated between tests fixture fixture dot context isolation. This is the most common fixture used in that way. Okay, so this is, everything is inbuilt, you don't have to do anything. Okay, so Playwright will take care of all these things. Okay guys, so let's continue. So here we are going to call the page objects first of all, because this is a login. I need to use two pages. I need to go to the home page, then I will click on the login page. I will go to the login page, then I will log in and do all these things, right? So you declare in the test cases, I am initializing page object model with the page. This will be automatically initialized and I am passing exactly the same page inside the page object manager. Once this page will reach here, let's open the page object manager, see here. Okay, or we can directly open from here. Once page will go here in the constructor, all these things will be initialized. So home page, login page, registration page, everything will be initialized. So basically everything is initialized just by creating the object of page object manager. Okay, so now here we have the object of page object manager. Now we have the getters. I already told you, if you go to here, see, we have the getters of all the pages, right? So I'm calling the getters. So manager dot get home page, manager dot get login page. We have created two objects. So now we have home page, we have the login page with us, the object of initialized object of home and login. Okay, so this is three lines. Okay, I hope you're able to understand the framework, how we are creating. Now, reading the test data for the JSON. Now I need to read the test data, whatever will be used in this particular test cases. In this test cases, whatever the data I need to fetch all the data from the data layers. Okay, so what we have done now, see, this is the test data. Okay, if you see, what is this test data? This is the imported, and this test data represent this JSON. Okay, this test data represent this JSON. So what I'm saying, this JSON dot tc001. Now we need to open the, see, so this is the JSON dot tc001. It will go to this node dot username. So this one will be fetched. This value of username will be fetched. So you need to be very careful while designing, like this. All the test data name should be unique first of all, and you need to make sure that whatever the test you're writing should kind of mapped to something. Okay, uh, see, there is no direct mapping required because same test data you can utilize in some other test cases as well. Okay, so there is nothing like I have written here TC001, that's why this belong to that. No, this is not mandatory. You can remove this. This is just a name. You can keep name as such as well. Okay, so successful, you can keep your test case name like successful login test with POM. That's it. And inside that you can call TC001. In another test you can say something test ABC, and inside that also you can exactly copy paste the same line, test data.tc001 username. So basically you can do, okay, but it is ideally, if it will be good, like for longer term I'm telling about, like if every test case will have a separate test data inside a JSON. Okay, it's up to you, because we might know, we don't know, like you are thinking in something, and after 1 year, let's say if somebody else is coming, and then it becomes so hectic later on. Okay, for the short term nothing will happen, you can easily work because you are designing, everything, so it will work. I'm talking about after 1 year, what will happen after 2 years? So nobody will able to understand, your new team members will not be able to understand that, like why which data is being used by what. You will change one thing and it will start, multiple four five test cases will start failing, so everything will become hodgepodge. That's why it's always useful. uh, Maybe your JSON will be a bit longer, but at least it will be have a one-to-one mapping. So if you are changing some test cases, better make the changes in the respective test data as well. If you are making some respective test data changes, test that particular test cases. Okay, if that test cases you want to remove, better to remove one node from here as well. So it is always good if you will keep the one-to-one mapping. Otherwise, it's up to you. Okay, whatever you think, you can do it. Okay, so the only point is this TC001 name is just optional. Okay, this is I added so that it will uh, you can think like this depends on that one. Okay, but this is not mandatory. This is totally optional. Okay, there is no functionality here. Okay, so this is what I want to communicate. Fine. So I am reading the JSON TC001 node, and I fetch the username password. Okay, I simply printed them in the console just to get clarity. Now, real test cases is now starting from the home page. Now, await homepage.new open base URL. Now, you know that this is the hard-coded base URL. Okay, in this case, we are going to use the hard-coded one. Homepage dot open base URL. Go to login page. What is go to login page? This is a method inside a home page. Okay, now you know that this home page link is present on the home page. That's why it's a part of home page. That's why this element, web element, is a part of home page, because we are on home page as of now. Okay, now go to login page. Now we are landed on the login page because we clicked here. Now we are on the login page. Now see what I have done here. Login page dot verify login page. Before I'm start playing with the login page, I am verifying it. This is what I told you in the start of the video, like always call the verify particular ABC page. Okay, and just verify that you are really on that page, because if something happens, in the UI, lots of things happen behind the scene. Okay, sometimes your website is slow or not loading something, so test cases may break. Okay, so it's always better. Now login with username and password. Now this method should be inside the login page because this is a kind of action method. inside the login page. So you can say this is login page new.js, right? This is login page new with username password, and now I am printing console success message, whatever the message I am returning in that method, that I'm printing here. And also I'm put a assertion like expect this message to be you logged into a secure area. You remember when we do the login into any this login page, we got a you logged into a secure area message in green color, right? So we'll try to see. So this is one test case. Let me uh, close this one. Okay, because lots of tab get open. I think I did something wrong. Okay, fine. So shift in this is not working. Very nice. Okay, if it is not working, I don't want to break it. So let me do one thing. I don't want to. Okay, cool. No problem. So let's do one thing. Simply extend this Control X and Control V, right? This is a shortcut. Okay, shift and the slash should work, but I don't know what's happening. But let's not waste time in that. And now we have only one test case, okay, in this class. So now let's run this. I hope we have discussed. If not, so to run any like class, npx will use the npx playwright test hyphen headed because I want to see the UI. Otherwise, you can remove this flag and this class name. So test login page dot spec dot js. Okay. So this what you want to run here, and okay. Now let's see. So running one test case is C. This UI will open. We clicked on the login page. Now we entered, and you can see green color. You logged into a secure area. So this is working, and it has been closed. Okay. So you can see the report here if you want to see only one test cases. So we'll see some other time when we have some multiple test cases. Then we'll see the report. Otherwise, it has been running absolutely fine. Success message we have verified. Everything is absolutely working fine. There is no problem in that. Okay. So this is our test case one. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. Now let me show you right now some okay, now I will show you one more interesting thing here. uh, there is a trick. Okay, so what happening is, let's say you are running some particular, there is another example, actually some easy example. This is a bit difficult, so better I will explain you after that, because this is going to be a bit difficult to make you understand right now. Basically we are running inside a for loop some test cases. Okay, so later on we'll see this. Okay,